Previously on Kyle's Garage.
Why? The crankcase ventilation valve / oil separator. Stupid. Just gonna wait on the parts, put it together, and we'll see what happens. All right, here it is. A few days later, got my parts. So I guess we're gonna do an unboxing. We'll just open this up and make sure it's the right stuff. Box in a box. Okay, so we're trying to make the same thing as this. Well, we're gonna make it in the car, I guess, but yeah. Let's see what we got. Interesting. That appears to be the oil return. This must be with the cold weather package. That's what I ordered because we live in a cold environment for half the year. Here's the most important piece here. This is the actual CCV oil separator itself. Holy jeez. It has it's encased in a rubber. Okay, so this is this is something I was curious about. When you order a cold weather versus a warm weather package, this must be the difference. But man, that doesn't look right. Uh-oh. That's not good. I'm an idiot. I'm an idiot. I thought it was wrong. I was holding it upside down and backwards. Okay. Now that I'm over my mild panic attack, I was just holding it wrong. Anyways, this is the cold weather package. It's got like a rubber insulator around the whole component. And also a bunch of these, it's like a foam rubber around each one of the plastic pipes for insulation value, which is pretty cool. This all looks right now. I oriented it correctly, and it looks like the bolt holes are going to be correct. It looks right. It just looks like plastic junk to me, but all right, let's go whip this thing in the car. Took a little bit of finesse and wiggling to get it up into its placement there, up into its house, just because of all that like foam rubber insulation they have on there. But yep, I'm gonna throw some screws in that and start running the hoses in that, and check back in when I get it a little bit more together. I would say that the install was going smoothly, but it didn't. I literally got like the 2 screws in that hold it in place and realized I had a problem. Problem I don't think is a massive problem. Okay, so this is the bottom of it, and that's where the oil return is. And albeit, I don't think it's a massive problem, but this is supposed to clip in, and I can't get it to clip. But if you look really closely, that foam rubber insulation is keeping this from clicking down all the way. So I'm going to take a knife and just kind of trim that away. Okay, got it trimmed away very crudely, but let's see if it actually works. Yeah, all right. Okay, it's probably a good idea to like test fit things. These all have like O-rings, and anytime I'm dealing with those, I like to put whatever oil the O-ring is sealing against, I want to use that. And this is motor oil, so I got some over here. Just to kind of, that was way too much, unnecessary amount of oil. But then make sure like everything's gonna fit properly now, because once it's in there, it's a pain in the ass. Okay, that'll work. Good. Alright, now I can finally install it. Those are the two that I was worried about. Well, maybe I guess that big one too. But I think that one's gonna fit. Oh yeah, that one's gonna fit just fine. I just gotta lubricate it and put it all together. Okay, I actually have it all installed in there, all the tubes on, all that. And it was kind of a pain in the butt, I'm not gonna lie. Like trying to finagle the tubes through where they needed to be and actually shove them on to the CCV itself was kind of a pain in the butt, but you know, using a couple different various tools to help push on it, and that I did end up getting it on there. And there's that top one that we started with in the very beginning of the whole project, the first one you saw me do. It's in, goes down to the pit of death. And there it is. New one in place. New oil return. Right there. There's that one that goes up to the valve cover, and then there's one more that you can't see, but it routes to right here on the intake. Right here, and then it connects to another one. Goes all the way down the runners and connects to the back side of the intake back there. So now what I've got to do is I have to put it all back together and start it, and hopefully it doesn't smoke like crazy and it runs fine and nothing bad happens. So I'm gonna throw it back together and yeah, see what happens. All right, I got it all back together. Yeah, that was it's kind of a just tight quarters. It wasn't really difficult so much as it was just tight quarters in there. But now I think it's to the moment of truth where I am gonna start it. There it is, all back together. Idle's a little rough. Stinks. Alright, it seems to be running. It is smoky, but it did have a lot of smoke going on when it happened, so I'm gonna let it run and kind of check for anything, and I'll update if something goes wrong. Alright, so I've been letting it run, and it was belching some pretty nasty smoke, but now it's subsided. Go ahead and rev it. I think there's a lot of residual oil though, because that's all smoke, not steam. Well, probably 50-50 with how cold it is. So I guess now I'll just take it for a drive and see if that smoke will clear up. It might clear up over time. I don't know, we're gonna find out. When I first got it started, even with the new plugs, it wanted to misfire. So that was weird. I was wondering if it just had a lot of oil down in the intake that is now going through the engine. So I'm gonna take it for a drive and see what happens. Okay, driving it now, and it's hard to see, but it is definitely smoke screening just a little bit. And by a little bit, I mean a way little bit compared to what it was doing. All right, about to pull into traffic here. I'm gonna, oh yeah, should be able to see this. See if it smokes. Oh yeah, she's smoking. Not bad though. Not nearly as bad. It's got all the power back, thank goodness. So I'm just gonna drive it and continue to smoke this out until it's done. So, drove it now for a little bit and the smoke has subsided, but this car developed a severe, I can hear the exhaust leaking pretty good now all of a sudden. That's wonderful. But it's not, the intensity of smoke has gone way down. But yeah, I'd have to say that it did fix the problem. It's not smoking nearly the same way as it was, which is great. It's only just a little bit, and whatever oil was left on the exhaust that pushed out of that valve cover, but yeah, it seems to be doing wonderfully. Alright, so I just got back in the garage with it, and there's definitely an exhaust leak, so there's going to be more to come on the BMW eventually. But I think that's going to do it for this, the CCV valve replacement. I installed the winter or the cold weather version of this. Sorry, I'm out of breath. I was kind of just outside breaking up a bunch of ice. Forgive me. But anyways, I think that's going to do it for this two-part thing on the CCV valve replacement. So take care, and I'll see you next time.